Solar System Astronomy. I'm Michelle Cullen. Astronomy 103A and Lab are offered as an online course through Prince William Sound College here in beautiful Valdez, Alaska. I've been teaching this course since 2006 and I hope you enjoy it. Astronomy 103A is organized into 14 weekly modules that are accessed through Blackboard. And I want to note that the lab is on a separate course shell. The purpose of this video is to introduce myself and the course. I want to tell you that I've lived in Valdez, Alaska, which is one of the most spectacular places on the planet, for the past 23 years. And my undergraduate degree is from University of California at San Diego. It was there many years ago I met my husband, and we were at a stargazing party in the mountains over San Diego, looking at the stars and at comets. I got my Master's of Science Education through Montana State University at Bozeman and got many graduate credits that I took online. So I feel that helps me be a better online instructor because I've been an online student. Now, teaching astronomy is not easy in Valdez, well, especially if you want to look at the stars, because during the summer and the fall it's light a long time. And then when the darkness comes, there's an average of 300 inches of snow. So it's more of a destination for extreme skiers than for astronomers. But there are many beautiful, clear nights when you're going to get to go out, if you live here or anywhere in Alaska or in the north, and enjoy the night sky. I love teaching astronomy, and it's a reflection of my childhood dream of becoming an astronaut. That might be a test question. I hope that you are inspired in this survey course, and I know you'll become a better citizen scientist as a result of it. In addition, I want to impart the mystery and beauty of the universe and to encourage you to look up at the night sky. Did I say that? Yes, I want you to look up at the night sky. So Astronomy 103A and Lab, it's a survey course on the solar system, and as I said, it's going to cover a lot of material, just like any other survey course. However, the course load is going to be manageable, I think, with a consistent work and study ethic. Each week you'll focus on just 4 to 6 learning objectives, so that's not that much. We'll break it down. You're going to come from those objectives in many different ways, and you're going to have to do a lot of work to learn those 4 objectives. So how are you going to do that work? Well, as I mentioned, you'll go into the lab shell and do your lab, which is due every Monday. Then you'll also have a project that you'll be doing throughout the semester, which is called the Constellation of the Week, and you're going to be writing your own field guide that you'll publish at the end. There's also an online discussion every week, and the heart of the class is going over those learning objectives in your reflective journal. Finally, once you do the discussion in the lab and your reflective journal, you'll be ready to take a quiz every Friday. That will be a low-stakes quiz and should be fairly straightforward. A little bit more detail about each of those components of the class. The lab is due on Monday, like I said, and you will be going into your Blackboard shell. Now note that when I taught this as a regular course, students had 3 hours every week and took 3 hours to just do the experiment part of the class. Then you'll need to do your lab write-up, which can take a lot of time for some of the labs, and it will take a lot of time at the beginning, except for the very, very first lab is just a simple introduction. But lab 2 and 3 are going to take many, many hours. So if you don't have that time, don't take this class. Just get out early because it's going to be a lot of work and it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you don't make the commitment, your grade will suffer. Tuesday will be your Constellation of the Week chapter. Since it's called Constellation of the Week, the acronyms are COW, and we call it COW. The first couple times will be a little bit hard, but then you'll get the hang of it, because every week you're going to be doing basically a section on one constellation for your field guide. And you'll get to choose out of a group of constellations. Wednesday is going to be your first discussion prompt will be due. You can start before Wednesday, but I need to have that first prompt discussed, and then you'll have a couple days later to make a comment on your classmates by Friday. And that discussion prompt will be put into your reflective journal. There'll be many sections to the reflective journal, and that's one of them. So by Wednesday, you'll already have one section of your weekly journal done. You may have noticed that I do not require a textbook. There's lots of textbooks out there, and some students just want one. So you can go to Amazon and find a solar system astronomy book. I recommended one in the syllabus that you can get fairly inexpensively if you get a used one on Amazon or any used bookstore. Or you can rent it as well. But it's not really necessary because the learning objectives are going to be able to be researched online and through different YouTube videos and links that I post in the weekly modules. So you're going to be taking the material that you study throughout the week on those objectives and writing about it in your journal. So if you do not like to write, you might learn to like it, or you might suffer through it. No, you'll find that it's a great way to learn. When you write things down, you own it, it becomes yours. So you just need to write a paragraph or two about each learning objective, and you'll find that it's good. There's other parts to your reflective journal too. So you put the words, the vocabulary that you pick, and you put your definition that you look up. That helps you learn. And then you'll also be looking at the phases of the moon and different planets that are rising and visible in the evening sky. Now, of course, at the beginning of the class, it may, or on cloudy nights, the stars and moon may not be available. So you can still find out by different sites that I'll tell you about, or you can look online. And so if you could see the moon, it would be a waxing gibbous. And you'd write about that. And there's a very important reflective part that I want to make sure that you cover too, and that is what you really learned and enjoyed learning this week, and also what questions or what's still concerning you or what you don't understand. And that's very important, and you won't get full credit if you don't put that in your reflective journal. Well, now we go to the last form of assessment that will be a weekly part of the class, and that is your weekly online quiz. It's timed. You only have 20 minutes to do it. So after you do your journal and you submit it, it should be pretty easy. You can even refer back to that. If you need to quickly look something up to double check it, you can too. But you only have 20 minutes. So you don't expect to be watching the videos that I put or going and learning something completely new if you haven't put any time into it. But just take the quiz. Please take it. It's only 10 questions. It's multiple choice, true, false. I mentioned before, this is a class that is going to take a lot of work, and also all that work that you put into it will be material that you're going to have as projects, and you're going to own them and love it. You'll be able to learn more about the phases of the moon, the wandering planets, and a chance to delve into how some new hot astronomical discoveries for the planets in our solar system. Welcome again, and I hope my passion for astronomy is passed on to you.